everybody. Welcome back to Over Here We Craft for Money. I'm DJ, and as promised in my last video, this series is for the beginner crafter. We all started somewhere, and I know what it can be like when you're just getting started and you are watching tons and tons of YouTube videos, and everybody is doing all of the cool, trendy things, and you're just trying to figure out, how do I put that little swishy design on the back end of my letters? I promised in my last video that I was going to take us back to basics and create a series of videos that will help us build confidence as crafters and really help us figure out, do we want to turn our love of crafting into a side hustle? And I promised y'all in that last video that I was going to really touch on a lot of items that people may even think the market is too saturated to hold, but it's not. These things that we're going to talk about in this series are absolutely tried and true, oldies but goodies, but absolutely sellable today, no matter when you are watching this video. So let's talk about the basis of today's video. When I got started, all I had was a Cricut Air Explorer 2. I didn't even know what a Cricut was before it became the Air Explorer 2. So in this series, I want to be honest with you all. I can only share with you what I have and where I started. There are plenty of other crafters all over YouTube that may have a different origin story, and they may have started way back before Cricut had an Air Explorer 2, or they may have started right now with the Cricut 4 or what have you. But that's not me. I can only share with you guys my own personal experience. And so I'm going to start by saying this. If all you have or all you go out and get is a Cricut, you will be able to start a crafting business that will net you some income. I am living proof that that is possible. The year that I actually bought my Cricut, I bought it off of Amazon during Amazon Prime Days, which actually, side note, Amazon Prime Day starts, I believe, on July 8th this year in the 2025. And I will have the version of the machine that I have tagged. Now, they have gone on to expand to several iterations of their cutting machines. And obviously, I think they're up to a number 4, but they have so many to choose from. But for the purposes of the video series, everything that I use is going to be on my Explorer 2. The reason that I want to start with Cricut is because it is probably the most universal cutting machine. You can do everything that you need to do with a Cricut cutting machine, and that's what the series of the video is going to go through. Before we're done, I'm going to share with you over 100 things that you can make with your Cricut cutting machine that are absolutely sellable, and we're going to just have a really good time with it. Now, before we jump into those niches and those items, I want to first help us figure out what is the best Cricut cutting machine on the market today and for the money that we have to spend. And I have the Cricut Air Explorer 2. I bought this machine over 4 years ago, probably closer to 5. And as you're going to see from what we're going to go through, Cricut has had several evolutions of the Air Explorer. They ventured into something called the Maker. And so what I want to first show you is what is available to you if you were going to try to purchase what I currently have and have been working on for the last 4 years. And then I want to show you what's available to you if you want to go with what is currently on the market, or what I would buy if I were starting my Cricut journey all over again today. So let's first start with what I pulled up under the Cricut website. So I went directly to Cricut and I typed in Air Explorer 2, and this brought me up 15 results. Now, at the time of this video, this is the 4th of July holiday weekend in 2025. And as you can see on this page, they are scrolling here across the top of everything that they have on sale. So they have 40% going on the blades, the tools, and the mats. And they even have up to 60% off if you're shopping directly on the Cricut website for their heat presses. So first and foremost, under Air Explorer 2, what you're going to quickly learn, because the machine is an older machine, they are refurbished. And so just in case you're not familiar with what refurbished is versus new open box Air Explorer 2, because as you can see, there's a $30 price in the difference in there. Number one, refurbished means that It's a previously used machine. Somebody has used it. Maybe it was on the sales floor at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Maybe someone purchased it and something wasn't included inside of it, so they sent it back. They have had their 24-point inspection on the item. They have branded it that there is nothing wrong with the machine. The machine can work. It's just not brand new, never been opened. That's what they mean by refurbished. And as you can see, when the person probably first bought that machine brand new, it was $249. Now that it's been refurbished, it's coming in at $149. Same thing for here. The only difference here looks like is the color. This looks like a light blue. This one was a mint green. Now they also have this one here for $179, and it says new open box. That meant that it was brand new. Somebody opened the box. Again, maybe it was on a display, but nobody ever cut it with it. Nobody ever used it. And they sent it back to Cricut. So Cricut is now saying you can buy this new box, had been open but never used. You can buy this new one. Here's the color that it's available in, and you can buy the Cricut Air Explorer 2. They have another one over here in the different colors that have been refurbished. And so that's the only difference in these that you are seeing. Also here, they do have a certified, and when they say certified, that means they have checked it. Cricut technicians have inspected it and stated that it is okay. It probably comes with a limited warranty. Refurbished Air Explorer 2, but they've added the Essentials bundle. Regular price, brand new off the floor at the time, would have been $538.34. You can get the whole thing with all of these different vinyls, all of the accessories, and everything with it. We're going to open this one up because this one might be for someone watching this video may say, you know what, I do want to try that out, right? So I'm going to click on it so that we can show you everything that's inside if you get this one. So they're letting you know that if you get the machine only by itself, it's $289. If you get this with the Design Space subscription, which once you get it, there is a monthly subscription fee of $10. They're putting that up for free. Looks like they're throwing that in. This is letting you know that it is only available in the blue color. And then you can add any warranties on it that you want. It's given us the description, so let's take a look at that. The machine is inspected and tested to work like new. It may have some minor cosmetic issues, meaning it might have a scratch on the side of it, but it sounds like they're saying nothing that would be aesthetically unpleasing. It's backed by a 1-year standard limited warranty, and the bundle includes the Air Explorer 2. It designs and cuts up to 24 inches for custom card making and labeling. So what that means is your width is a 12 and your length is a 24. So this is not a wide formatted cutter. This is a standard 12 across. And I have one of my mats right here. This is a standard 12 across by 12 mat. They're saying 12 by double this length. So you guys have saw me cut with a longer mat before. And now we want to look at what's included, because I think this is what would make this worth it if you were going to buy it getting started, right? So you're going to get, again, that certified refurbished machine. It's going to come with a fine point blade, which is the blade you need to get started. And it comes with its housing chamber. So it's not just the blades, which are replaceable when they get dull. It has the housing chamber. You get a welcome card. You get a USB cable, although this machine is a Bluetooth enabled machine. So if you don't want to connect directly to your computer, you won't have to. It has the power adapter. You get a free trial of the Cricut Access. It has that. They're going to give you 50 ready to, 50 ready to make projects. They're going to also give you materials for you to practice and cutting and calibrating, and then you'll get your warranty document. Now, because this particular one had the Essentials bundle, this comes with a lot more. So when I first bought my machine, I also bought it with the Essentials bundle because I was starting out. I didn't even know what I needed, and this bundle seemed to have everything that I was going to end up needing to use. So I thought it was worth it. I think mine was $299 at the time when I got it. I thought that was a worth it purchase. Again, I bought it almost 5 years ago. But basically, it comes with the essential tools set. And that's this thing that you see right here. I'm hovering over. So the weeding tool, the scraper, the scissors. Looks like a small cutter. I didn't even get a cutter, so that's pretty exciting. It's going to give you 3 of the mats. So you're going to get a 12 by 12 light grip mat. You're going to get a standard grip mat, and you're going to get a strong grip mat, both in the 12 by 12, which was what I just showed you. You're also going to get some premium vinyl. So this is permanent vinyl. They're going to give you a 12 by 48-inch roll of permanent silver, permanent black. That's these two right here. I'm hovering over there. They're also going to give you Sport Flex. That's right here. That's a different type of vinyl. Sport Flex stretches on the material when you put it on the machine. I'm sorry, on the blank or a substrate. You're going to get vinyl transfer tape from Cricut. That's this one right here. Everyday iron-on sampler. These retail, I feel like, for $18.99 in Michaels. But you're going to get a sample of the neutrals. So you're going to get beige, white, and brown, a 12 by 12 sheet of each. You're going to get a True Control weeding toolkit, which is right here. What's cool about these, when I first got it, it came like this, but now they started to sell it where the little cartridge at the top is detachable and you could just pop off one and put on the other. So I think that's kind of cool. I don't even have that, but that's nice. And then they have some everyday iron on. This is what is going to go on materials like t-shirts and tote bags. So they have a 12 by 24 in lilac, bright teal, and orange. That's these 3 right here. Nice for summer colors if you're getting it around the 4th of July when I'm filming this video. They also have some more permanent vinyl. Again, these are a lot bigger, right? These are 12 by 48s. And these are Bright Sage, Aqua, Wild Aster, and Tropical Sampler removable. Now, keep in mind when you see removable like these two, and that's these two right here, that means you can put them on an item and you can take them off. So where would you use something like that? Might be if you're doing home wall decor and you want to put on your wall, live, love, laugh, and then you move, you want to take that off the wall. Removable means it won't damage your wall and your paint. And then the Cricut Cutie in Sky, I guess that's what this is. Never heard of the Cricut Cutie. I'm assuming that's that. And then it's just letting you know that they may have to switch out your materials based on availability, meaning they might be out of orange, so maybe they're going to throw you in a bright yellow. But that is the bundles essentials bundle added, and that brings the cost, if you go through Cricut at the time of this video in July of 2025, if the sale is still going on, that's what you would pay. Now again, refurbished. Now you may say, oh, that's cool, Dale, but what would you buy if you were going to buy today? Or gosh forbid, if your Cricut Air Explorer stopped working, what would you do? I want to make sure that I am sharing with you what would I do if I were going to have to repurchase today, and show you what's available today. So I took the liberty of researching on 2 websites for you guys. The first one is going to be Michaels. I'm going to do Michaels first, and then I'll finish with Amazon because we are about to start Amazon Prime Days on July 8th through the 11th. And so obviously I'm going to get this video up and posted so that you guys can take advantage of any sales that any of these companies are offering. But I do want to also show you Michaels because Michaels is pretty local to a lot of people. So right now Michaels is offering 20% off all regular items, and then they have an online only code of July 20 off. And then they also have some free shipping going on over here where you can get on all orders of $49 or more. So this is what I would have to go out and buy if I was starting over. And so again, I want to be able to share with you what we learned. Right now, we just saw on the other page on Cricut, Air Explorer 2 for $289. It was refurbished. Well, they have here at Michael's the Cricut Air Explorer 4 with an essentials bundle for only $10 more. So the difference between this first one is that this first one does not have those extra set of materials. Now, there is a bit of a difference, guys, between the Air Explorer 4. So let's go ahead and I'm going to have us look at these 3 in line. So we'll start first with the Air Explorer 4, and I'm not going to worry about the color more concerned about what you're going to get for your money. So for $249, they have the Air Explorer 4, and this one comes with a digital content package for $249. So we're going to click on that and see exactly what is it that you are getting for that. So it can do vinyl projects, decal stickers, cards, and t-shirts, all the things the two can do. It also is going to provide you with 30 digital images for your designs and easy setup online. So if you're not, in graphic designing, which I was not, honey, and still am not today, all improved, but they're letting you know that it's very user friendly. So the details is letting you know that the Air Explorer 4 works with 100 plus materials, popular materials like iron-on, cardstock, and vinyl. It can do intricate cuts. It can write, it can draw, it can foil, and it can score. It's giving you enough materials to make up to 10 projects. And then it's going to have you get access to 30 digital images in design space. It does say that Air Explorer 4 requires compatible computer or mobile device with Bluetooth wireless and a high-speed internet connection. So that's something to keep in mind. If you live in a rural area or your internet connection is kind of spotty, just proceed with caution and save the receipt in case you're having issues. But in this particular bundle that you're getting, you'll get the machine, the fine point blade with the housing chamber. Looks like they're going to give you one light grip map, one fine point pen for writing, a mini weeding tool, enough materials for practice cuts, and $30 worth of digital content. Okay, that's what you're getting in this, and it looks like these are the materials that they're going to provide you with. All right, here's that mini tool that they were talking about, and here's the picture of the designs that they're going to give you an access to practice on. All right, and that one was $249. So I'm going to have us go back because I want to look at the one next to it that went up another $50. All right, so this one comes with that essential bundle. So let's see if the essential bundle has changed much from the one that we saw on Cricut's website. So we know we're going to scroll on down. We can see they got a lot of colors, but let's go down and see what you're getting in this particular bundle. Looks like you're going to get the machine, the blade, a light grip mat, all the things that you got in the first one, but then it's going to give you a scoring stylus, a scraper, a spatula, and a weeding tool. You'll use all of those things when you're using a Cricut machine. It's also giving you a fine point pen. Looks like you get 2 of those. Gonna give you smart iron on. Oh my goodness, my tongue got tied. Smart iron on. So you're gonna get 6 sheets of this, and it's gonna come in black, white, ocean blue, grass green, red, and maize orange. They're also going to give you smart vinyl, 6 permanent sheets. Again, that's the permanent that doesn't come off. We put that on coffee mugs, little containers, and probably put those on tumblers, and then hand wash those. So it gives you another set of colors there. It also gives you some cardstock so that you can practice card making or gift tags. And then you're going to get transfer tape. So instead of the tape being on a roll, it's in sheets. And again, it's letting you know that it cuts a lot faster. And so these are all the things that would come in here. And these are all of the different pieces of the material. That one would be $2.99. And then last, I want to show you one more here so that if you do decide to go and check this stuff out, you're getting the best one. Keep in mind, this one here has a starter bundle, and this one is only available online. So you are not going to be able to walk into a store and get it. You have to get the shipping, but remember, free shipping on all things over $49. So let's just click on this one and see what the starter bundle will give you versus what the essentials bundle gave you. Okay, so it looks like you're going to get a cutter and some more tools. Well, let's scroll on down and make sure that we can know. They're giving us the basic toolkit, so the weedings and all of that. You're going to get 2 pens. You get the premium blade and the housing, and you're going to get a whole roll of white smart vinyl, a whole roll of ocean vinyl. They have starter materials, 5 transfer tapes, sheets of paper. They're going to give you a trimmer, which is cool for cutting, and they're also going to give you a light standard grip mat. So you're going to get all of that for $326.99, but you can only order that online. And then if you just want to go one more step up, because guess what? You need a way to press the shirts and the tote bags and the things of that nature. So they have thrown in an Easy Press 3, and they're going to give you some heat transfer materials in your bundle. So these are all the things that you're going to get in this one. And obviously that price went up, right? Because they threw in a heat press for that. So let's go down and just take a look at everything that you're going to get in this one, just so you know what you're going to get if you go this route. You'll get the 4, you'll get a Cricut Easy Press that is the size of a 9x9, a fine point blade, a cutting mat, sample trial materials. You'll get a black writing pen, a weeding tool, the Cricut Smart Vinyl, 2 of those. Oh, they're going to give you some infusible ink packages, and that's what you would be your version of sublimation, and then a Cricut tool. All right, so again, $4.29. Now that's if you went to Michael's, and remember, they do have a sale going on there. The last thing I wanted to show you for comparison's sake is going to be on our good old friends, the old Amazon. So I went over here to Amazon. I clicked on, I typed in Cricut machine. When I did that, it brought up its own set of bundles. Now remember, we just looked at one, and we could go over there real quick again. $424.99, right? And they have to ship that to us. Though their turnaround time, not really sure, but over here looks like Amazon can deliver that same bundle to you. This looks like it has a little bit more. So it's the Air Explorer 4, that Easy Press machine, and it's an iron-on combo bundle. So let's click on that and see what would you get for $418 if you got this off of Amazon. All right, let's take a look and see what all you would get. That's quite a lot going on in this corner over here. But it's letting you know the things that we learned from the other one, but it's also giving us the Easy Press 3 and its little heat chamber. And then it's over here showing us all the things that we can make with that. So let's scroll down and make sure we know all of the things that's included. The good thing is, even if you get it over here off of Amazon, it's going to provide you with the 12-month warranty that is included in the original packaging of the machine. This is brand new, not refurbished, so that's good to know. This one is letting us know that it can connect by technology Bluetooth, okay? You just have to connect the Easy Press to the app once you download it, and then you'll be able to heat everything up from there. It lets you know that this gets up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which you need 385 to sublimate. So if you did decide to go with this, you would be able to do sublimation projects like totes and t-shirts. Comes with a full digital ebook guide that's going to teach you how to work it, which is amazing. And it also has some SVGs for you to get inspired to create your own. So included is the machine, the Easy Press 3, Cricut tools, Cricut vinyl, an iron-on sampler, digital guide instruction manual, project tutorials, SVG digital designs. So they're letting you know designs are not going to come inside of the machine. You're going to have to get online and download them to get it. You're going to get a Cricut cutting mat, the pen, the sample materials, and the weeding tool. All right, so all of that for $418. So if that's the route you want to go, because you need the heat machine to help you make it, because you don't already have a heat press, then you're probably find yourself being interested in this one. They also have one that is a little bit less. They have the Air Explorer. This one does not have the Easy Press with it. So really, based on what I'm seeing, the Easy Press that they're attaching to it is really what's adding that extra to it. And then here is the bundle with the Easy Press, and looks like even more vinyl for you to practice even more projects for $551. The other thing that I would tell you, as you get into crafting and using Cricut materials, you'll hear a lot of us crafters on YouTube say that Cricut vinyl is not our favorite. And that's because as you start to make more and more stuff, or you make things in more volume, there are some competitors, right? Everybody's got a competitor, and Cricut is no different. So you'll see a lot of people using Caesar vinyl, but honestly, in my opinion, if you're just getting started, you can practice and get started with Cricut vinyl. It's fine. I have plenty of it over here because even though I moved on to other types of vinyl, I still practice and I still use them. And those things, they work just fine, right? When I'm making shirts and things of that nature, I may move myself on up. And then sometimes I'm just looking for cost effectiveness, right? Why would I pay so much more for Cricut's name brand vinyl when there is a comparative that's just as good? And there are several videos where content creators test the quality of vinyl and how it washes and all that good stuff. So guys, that's it. I wanted to start this series of gearing toward getting ourselves started from the ground up. I wanted to start with the easiest, most user-friendly, or most, I guess, universally known cutting machine, because that's where a lot of us will get our start or has gotten our start. And so I wanted you to be able to get this video and find out all this information so that if you did decide that you wanted to jump in, right, into this crazy world of crafting, that you had a variety of places to get started. I'll never tell you, oh, Amazon is better than Michael's, is just better than Cricut directly. I didn't even pull up Hobby. You could even look there, right? Ultimately, the first step that you got to do before we jump into all of our projects is you got to have the machine to get it started. So with that, I hope you found this video helpful. This is the first in several videos in this series. We're starting first with our cutting machine, and up next, if you found it helpful, I hope you'll click on this next video where we are going to talk about heat presses and where you can get them from and how much they cost. So see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.